Hi, this is Targeted Individual again. I'm not a professional photographer. I can't get all this in, so I'm going to have to switch to manual mode and show you what I'm trying to show you. This particular one is about mind control patents. Dwight D. Eisenhower was correct when he told you what the deep state would do with your information and with you. Now, just real quick, as I have critics, let me take this thing out of the mount here. Alright, pardon me. Here I am when I'm 13 years old. Me in the cockpit, 1982, Yorktown, Virginia, F5. That's my uncle. Here I am again. Here I am. Every kid's dream, sitting in a fighter jet, wearing the helmet. Now, I could talk some more about that, but maybe later. Coincidentally, this is 1982. This is the year I took the SAT. 89, never even had math, higher math. Had the beginning of Algebra 1, but I took it, got a distinguished score. I've put my awards on YouTube before, okay? But it revealed that I was one of the highest IQ people on earth. I was 13 years old, took the SAT, got 1189. Never even had math. I stood up and walked out when I got to the high math part of the SAT and still had a distinguished score award from Johns Hopkins and was one of the top scoring in Virginia. And coincidentally, found myself sitting in a fighter jet later. There was no other kids on the base. It was special. The aggressor squadron was in town. That's an F5. All right? The aggressors. I was being groomed, baby. Or maybe I was being scanned. I hate to say I wasn't going to say it, but there it is. That's a helmet, bro. Anyway, one of the highest IQ individuals on earth, and then I was down here hanging out with colonels, and Colonel of the base was asking me how I liked the program and this and that, but that's really above your pay grade. And so anybody wants to, comment on me, lieutenant, somebody from the military, hey, go to hell, man. I was hanging out with colonels when I was 12, 13 years old. I used to ride to church with Colonel Mayhew, colonel of Fort Myers that defends our capital in Falls Church, Virginia. I rode to church with him and his kids when I was about 8 years old. Go to hell, critics. I'm not even in this organization, and I know plenty about it more than you do, most likely, so shut the hell up. Sorry about that, fans. These same people attack me because I have this information. I pay dearly for this information. Radar is used every day. We take it for granted, like Doppler, this and that. It blankets the country, so who knows? But mind control was patented. Numerous methods and patents. Patented in 1984. There's the patent. And the name of it is Apparatus and Method for Remotely Monitoring and Altering Brain Waves. Can you read and comprehend? Monitoring and altering brain waves. My mom still argues with me about this and says I'm nuts. 1974, patented by Robert Mullock. I asked my mom, I said, Mom, does the U.S. Patent Office make mistakes? She said, no. I said, well, there you go. Here's the patent. They call this a hearing device. There's a number. It's actually the voice-to-skull patent. It tells you right on a piece of paper. Okay, by the way, hearing device. Abstract, a method and apparatus for stimulation of hearing in mammals by introduction of a plurality of microwaves into the region of the auditory cortex, that's your ear, is shown and described. Notice it's real faint right there. I also tried to print it, and my printer started messing up. Well, that's not an accident. The powers that be know what I'm doing. My mom thinks my whole life is a disaster because it's a coincidence. It's not a coincidence. But if you want to call it that and say I'm crazy, fine. Whatever. Give me a pill. It's great. Being a genius among a bunch of idiots. This stuff's patented, man. I didn't make this stuff up. Heterodyning. This is great stuff. I just clarified this in my mind the other day because this is really talked about in The Matrix Deciphered, one of my references by Robert Conrad Forgot to put his name down there. Supposedly he used to be in the Special Forces and did this stuff. My other reference is the Illuminati Mind Control book, 900 pages each online. Now remember, when you read this, it's kind of like the Bible. I think that a bunch of junk has been put into their book by the powers that be to make it look like they don't know what they're talking about. So you have to kind of sift through it. All right, heterodyning is when your ear is on one frequency, just like Morse code. This is how they discovered it. One transmitter was weak, so two transmitters sends a stronger signal, but the signal is read as the 3 gigahertz if they're placed 3 gigahertz apart. This is the signal it reads, not this, but this. So that's what heterodyning is. Voice to skull, microphone to EMF transmitter to your head. Voice to skull in your auditory canal. And I'm going over this fast, but what the hell? Nobody believes most of it anyway. So this is the part right here where the two blend and voice to skull happens on this 3 gigahertz band. Essentially blocking this. Your ear's going to automatically block this. And this is what you're going to hear, the two voices combined. Now, if whoever is doing it, mimic your voice, you may think it's your own thoughts. They're telling you to jump off a cliff, telling you to get drunk, telling you to break up with your old lady. They love to tell people that they're gay. That's evil stuff, but it's very true, and it's going on in our world every day. Over-the-horizon radar is another method of getting radar out there where they can shoot radar clean over the curve of the earth. Over the curve of the earth to hear and see what's going on, or send a signal. You used to not be able to do that. You used to have to go up the satellite and down. Now they can go right around the curve of the earth because they have a neural net that they've made by all the Earth's electromagnetic force combined with radar towers and satellite. I personally, like Timothy Leary, I think they have that there is a transmitter on the moon, which may be secret. I don't know. I'm just a genius trying to figure this stuff out. But I know the moon doesn't rotate, and if you put a signal transmitter on it, it would blanket the whole Earth in a signal. A low pulse signal, low pulse battery would last for decades. So let me throw that in there. Why do I say that? Because they did a global brain scan in 2017. Everybody in the world was scanned, their mind. But I started talking about it on eBay, and they took all the information of it offline. But it's true. It's been documented. These were from news articles that I got this information. Your brain is on file. All those places that have 500 acres of hard drives, that's where it's on file. They have supercomputers that know how to sift it and use it if they want to. Don't believe it if you don't want to. Believe me, this whole earth is covered with signals that says don't believe nothing. Okay? So I'm not surprised if you don't believe it. It's all tied to a global neural net. It's inescapable. That's why I just said I'm not surprised. There's your two references if you want to read 1,800 pages. The powers that be. Who? All right, first of all, we back up. Hearing device. Here's the other one. Apparatus and method for remotely monitoring and altering brain waves. U.S. patent. U.S. 3951134A. There it is, folks. For apparatus for a method of sensing brain waves at a position remote from a subject whereby electromagnetic signals of different frequencies are simultaneously transmitted to the brain of the subject, in which the signals interfere with one another to yield a waveform which is modulated by the subject's brain waves. And several pages. But if you do look at this, you can go on down here to the bottom, and here's a whole lot more patents. A lot of these are Chinese too. They're deep into it. They got some wicked, wicked stuff that'll rip you to shreds, Bubba. Rip you to shreds. Which, of course, other people would use as an excuse for doing it too. That don't mean you got to run around and cause chaos on the earth. Here we go. The powers that be. Who are they? Let's see. It's obvious. German 1, equipment. German 2, personnel and scientists. German 3, scientists and ideas. All in 1945 were brought here by the powers that be and other countries. That's the powers that be. Whoever did that. Figure it out. German equipment, German scientists, and German ideas. Which the German ideas that they, besides technical, the philosophy that they adopted from German scientists, as I have read it in one of these books, was that it's okay to experiment on your own population. So don't forget, when I was 13, Bubba, in 1982, I was sitting in a fighter jet and getting tested 5 years in advance of other high school students with the other geniuses in this country. So I don't want to hear your stupid opinion. This is information. If you don't like it, change the channel. Have a nice day. Thank you. God bless. God bless America. God bless this world. And God bless us each and every one, just like Tiny Tim said.